As Black History Month comes to an end, we celebrate a man who was a pioneer for philanthropy in the Black community. How the legacy of David Herndon Raines lives on in North Shreveport and beyond.
To think that an African American back in the early 30s accumulated wealth of reported $1 million.
David Herndon Raines was a successful farmer living in North Louisiana. He may have been one of the first Black millionaires in our community and decided to share his wealth with his neighbors.
I think he was just ahead of his time in terms of being a philanthropist in this area.
Raines decided to help local boys who are considered juvenile delinquents who are being housed with adult criminals.
He wanted to create an area where they could be safe, they could be educated, they could be re-educated and trained and become productive citizens.
He donated 22 acres of land in North Shreveport for the cause, in the area now known as the Martin Luther King community. The land now houses several community organizations, like the Community Action Agency, along with the Recreation Center and Health Center, named after David Raines.
It's a testament to the legacy that he left here in this city.
Willie White is now the CEO of the David Raines Community Health Centers, and he's working to continue the mission of the Raines family.
I think we are just honored that we're able to carry the name of David Raines.
In the early 1970s, Cooper Road Medical Clinic was formed.
We are the byproduct of the legacy of people in the Cooper Road area that wanted to bring health care to that community.
It eventually evolved into the David Raines Community Health Centers.
They wanted to make sure that a community that had been isolated had health care. And from that legacy, David Raines Community Health Centers was born.
Healthcare services are now expanding into 5 Caddo Parish schools.
It's an honor for me. We want to make sure that we continue his legacy. We want to create affordable, accessible health care services to the communities, and we've been able to do that.
Health centers have since been established beyond the MLK neighborhood to Bossier, Claiborne, and Webster parishes.
We carry his name, and I can't tell you how many times people ask, who is David Raines? Where does the name come from? And it really is an honor for me to be able to tell them. It is a responsibility, I think, to carry on the legacy that he provided to this community.
And the David Raines Community Health Centers is working to expand health services to more schools in our area to provide access to health care to underserved communities.